variety of species. I'm primarily a bird primate keeper. Working with these specifically, the flamingos, they're really cool. It's so fantastic. Handling birds, it can be dangerous, both for you and for the bird itself. So we have to take special precautions. I would say the first thing, most important thing, is you have to know what you're doing. So you have to have the proper equipment. You have to have gloves, nets, cages once you restrain the bird. Also, the birds, they don't have lungs like we do. They actually have air sacs, 5 different ones all around their thoracic cavity. And so you have to be aware of the pressure that you're exerting on those. You can't squeeze them too much. You also have to be aware of what species you're working with. So if you're working with macaws, you have to be especially aware of their beaks because their bite is pretty harsh. Or if you're working with like a vulture, they have, they're raptors, so their feet are very strong and their talons are really sharp. So these Chilean flamingos specifically, they eat 2 different types of grain. They eat a flamingo breeder and then a flamingo complete. And we feed them roughly a scoop of each per day. And it has a bunch of different nutritious ingredients in it. A lot of people ask if they get shrimp, but that's not part of their daily diet. It is essentially a treat for them. Bird primate consists of a team of 3 primary keepers. Well, they're area keepers, and then we have 2 other keepers that are called swings, and they swing in and out of our department throughout the week. So the average day in our department, we have to go check on every animal first, and once we see that everybody's okay, as we're opening, we feed the animals and provide enrichment. So especially with parrots and New World vultures, New World species, they're very intelligent and they require daily enrichment. One fact about these flamingos specifically is everybody thinks flamingos are tropical, but not all flamingos, not all parrots are tropical.
This, of course, is the great horned owl, and just as an example, those are not horns, those are tufts. So this is what's also called a tufted owl, and she uses those to communicate. So you can see right now they're straight up. She's interested in what's going on. If they were all the way forward, she would be either going to eat you or you're going to eat her. That's what she's concerned with. When I first brought her out, they were all the way back. That's a warning. She is not happy with what's going on. So there's a lot going on. Also, she's interested in this. So you can tell by the birds if they sit on your arm, and it's called grousing. If they ruffle their feathers, they're really relaxed and comfortable. But they learn some very rudimentary commands. First of all, you have to be with the bird and get the bird get used to you and to your voice. And then they learn commands like step up, step down, wait. So when I wanted to pick her up, I told her to wait. She stays on her perch. I go to perch. So it probably takes 3 to 5 years to get them very comfortable with all the different doses. The idea behind the Dickerson Park Zoo, the rehabilitation, is to get these birds back to the wild. So all the birds that we have here cannot be released back into the wild for one reason or another. So they become ambassadors. But that's the goal, to get them back. We've got 2 different types of eagles here in North America. We've got a bald eagle and the golden eagle. And in the raptor world, including the great horned owl, the females are larger than the males. And a couple of reasons for that. But so the American bald eagle will female will weigh about 13, 14 pounds. The male will weigh between 8 and 10 pounds. And we see that actually here with the great horned owl. This is a female, and she will be a little bit larger than the male. She actually has 4 toes, and these are probably about 1.5 inches long, but she has a very, very strong grip. And she has 1 toe, it's called zygodactyl, actually is movable. She can actually move that toe forward, and she can walk 3 toes like a turkey, or she can move it back and perch 2 and 2. And what happens if you watch when they attack, they put their talons out and actually make a cage. So they have 2 toes forward, 1 toe on the side, and 1 toe back on both sides. So they make a little cage. So no matter how they grab the animal, it can't get away. And they are extremely sharp. She is one of the few birds of prey that can actually fly off with her weight. So she weighs 4 pounds. She can carry 4 pounds. She's you can see she has feathers all the way down here. And when she flies, of course, she is silent. That's part of part of her hunting strategy, because they use their hearing to actually hunt. She can hunt without seeing. So we've got a barn owl here that can actually hear the heartbeat of a mouse 6 inches underneath us. Eyeballs are a lot bigger in her eyes. In fact, your eyes take up about 5% of your skull. Hers take up to 70%. And what we do there is we trade. The eyes are cone-shaped. If I could look through her ear, you'd see an ice cream cone. You'd actually see the back of her eye there. So they don't have a lot of muscles to actually move their eyes. So where you and I can move our eyes around, they cannot. So they have to move their head. So what happens there is they can only look from their left shoulder over their right shoulder. So it's about 270 degrees. And all the raptors can do this. And where you and I have 7 neck vertebrae, they actually have 14. So it's a big coiled spring in there that actually moves around. So the anatomy here is really, really incredible.
For my producers, I want you guys to think about how we can run the zoo in the most succinct way possible. It's going to be most efficient and time effective. More than anything else, if you have questions, ask them. Okay, ask the questions. Keep it rolling, keep it tracking. There you go. Keep tracking, track it. Keep following, keep following.
Cool. That was perfect.
Thanks, guys. No, it's perfect.
I don't know that we could have scripted that any better.